Hello, NUS. Welcome to Funkytown with Kim and Bev. This is Kim.
This is Bev.
And you're listening in to Radio Pulse, the sound of NUS.
How was your weekend, Kim?
It was dismal. I spent my entire weekend showing my projects. It wasn't even funny. I had to stay in school till midnight on Sunday.
That sounds
Jeez.
painful. Oh,
I know you had a good week though.
I know. I
You had
managed to
best.
sneak off a little trip, which was fun. But I miss, weekends when you don't have anything to do and you just want to do something for fun, like hobbies. Do you still get time to do that, Kim?
I gave up all hope on having or maintaining a hobby, I guess, especially since NUS started. I wouldn't be able to sustain it. So things I would normally do, I wouldn't count it as a hobby though. I would just count it as my daily activities. Yeah.
What do you miss doing? I mean,
Well, I used to have interesting-ish hobbies, I guess. Like in Australia, I used to go fishing. I don't think a lot of girls do that because they're like, ugh, fishers. But I loved fishing. I loved to hook the bait. Our bait was usually raw prawn, and then we'll hook the bait on, and we'll catch herrings and leather jackets, and we'll actually cook them at home. So that was
Aw.
really fun.
that sounds
Yeah.
fun. I'm so jealous. I think the only time I've actually gone sort of fishing was in England when I was 7 or 8, and that was just crabbing, and I just dropped the crab actually. I think my father was so sad that I just it was a useless attempt of me. I just felt so pathetic that day.
No
But
crab for dinner then.
I know, but I mean, I've heard that people in Singapore get to go prawning, but prawning farms are like crabbing. I'm not sure about fishing, but I mean, you go down the East Coast, you get to see people doing that, but I haven't actually done it myself in Singapore, and I would like to. Have you tried doing that in Singapore?
I have gone prawning, but I've gone to fake prawning per se. You pay $30 and then you try and catch this gigantic prawn in the middle of artificial-ish pond. If anybody knows, it's around Bishan, Ang Mo Kio area. It's really expensive, but the prawns are really good.
You get to eat the prawns?
You gotta cook it on the spot.
How big are the prawns? Are they
They
tiny ones?
they
or-
are tiger-ish kind, king size.
Is there a limit to what you
No,
can
it
get?
depends on how lucky you are because there's this huge prawn. I don't even understand why they call it a prawn. It looks like a lobster. So yeah, you can't actually catch it, and people would cheer and woo, they got it, they got it.
Well, that sounds fun. I think I should check it out when I'm free. I think hopefully after the exams we can all
We
figure
can
out what
go,
our
yes.
do our own things and go back to the days where we had hobbies. But not just I just stopped reading. I used to like reading, but I think with all the flooding of lecture notes and reading materials that for sociology, you just don't have time to read outside of class.
Yeah.
It's just, have you done your readings for this week? Have you caught up? And then you're just damn.
Damn.
But I've heard people stop taking photos because you don't really have a life in school. But it'd be interesting to know whether anyone still does stuff on the weekend. You meet friends, but do you have actually time on your own to do things? So
that are your part of your interests.
yeah, in the past, I think my dad was saying that he used to collect beer mats and stamps. My mom used to play with marbles or climb trees, but that was activities. That wasn't really hobbies, but it was still pretty interesting to see that how much time they spent outdoors. But I guess that was when they were 10. I'm 21 now, so you don't really get the time to be climbing around trees when you're 20.
Exactly.
So but 10 years ago, I don't think I was climbing trees. I was playing games or going to the playground and just playing ball. I'm not sure. What were you doing when you were younger?
When I was 10, I wouldn't say I'm the most active person in the world, but I think when I was 10, to me, I actually focused quite a bit on my music. I used to be from Chinese orchestra,
Wow.
believe it or not.
What'd
It
you
was a
play?
set- I played the Chinese trumpet. It's called swana, but it's not a good omen because they only usually use that instrument during funerals. That's why it was quite a bane in my life. So I don't really like to mention it, but that was what I was doing when I was 10. Yeah.
That's cool. I think the only thing I can play is probably the recorder. And the best was Mary Had a Little Lamb. I
Recorder.
dreaded having music lessons when I was in primary school. I was just so bad at it. When I was younger, we would go to the arcade. I don't know how many people actually go to the arcades now because everyone has these computers at home and they can play all the games. But I think we used to go to the arcades when we met up with the cousins, and they would always play Street Fighter, and I was it was really fun just watching. I mean, I'm not any good at playing the games, but it was just interesting to see how they coordinated their fingers, and they were like, and how they actually managed to pull it off. You know, it was quite funny to see. I mean, I don't know how many people actually still go to the arcades. You know, they have DDR,
Mm-hmm.
or what other games do
Yeah,
they
like
have?
they used to have what's this? The dancing one, you know, you have to wave your hands as
Oh, Par, yeah.
para, and then I love Bishy Bashy. You know the one with the
Yeah,
three
yeah, and
colored
just like
buttons, and then you
smack it.
smack the thing. And funnily enough, I only actually learned how to play Daytona about a couple of years ago. Like I've never tried it before that because the gears always like frightened me, and then the
Yep.
guys would be so rough with it. But like now that I'm taking driving, I'm actually not bad at Daytona.
I haven't actually tried Daytona since I got my license, but I don't think I want to try it, but I don't know. But those are the days, you know, I don't know how many people actually go to the arcade now, but I think it'd be interesting to know, like, who actually still goes and what they actually do. I mean, they always have these things where you can actually put a coin in and try and get a prize.
Oh, the
What's that called again?
those UFO catcher
Yeah,
machine
something like that.
things.
I've never won anything.
No, but as in they have a lot of those now. Like
Really?
there's this main company called Prize Stage,
Yep.
and they have the entire store is just decked out on those machines. And I have seen people win huge prizes though. It's the whole like coming back to the past thing, as in people used to find such fun in that, and then now a lot of new companies, they are tapping on that whole, oh, I used to remember doing this, you know, and they're using that to create new products for current customers, which I think it's quite interesting. Yeah.
I think another thing I miss doing is going to fun fairs when I was younger. We used to go up to, I think, there were these plots of lands near the HDB areas, and they would set up these carnival like things. So there was like there were bumper cars. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I
I
miss
love
that.
bumper cars. Yeah.
I don't know. Have you? I don't know. Do they still have that around?
They
I mean,
don't
they have
really
food
have
fairs,
that.
but do they?
Yeah,
have
they
these?
only have the small ones now, like the mini teacups and like
Oh,
the like what do they have? Like mini Viking ships, but they're all for like toddlers now. They don't really have the big huge scale carnivals.
I
now,
guess with
think.
MBS, I mean, you don't.
USS.
Yeah, USS. Yeah, you
yeah.
don't really need any of these, but I think there's some sort of cheap thrill, like bumping to other people in their bumper cars, and it's just like screaming, going wild with cotton candy at $1 and popcorn, and it was just
Oh,
like, those are the days,
when
you know.
things used to be $1.
And you know, like, how much is popcorn now? You know?
I think that the whole phrase "those were the days" and "oh, I miss that" it's gonna come up really often in our podcast.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
don't get sick of that phrase. You'll never get sick of it.
I think it'd be good to actually go back sometimes and just see how much fun you had, and these are the stories that you want to share with your kids as well.
Exactly. Like you don't want to share with them like, "Oh, I used to own the coolest phone," but then again, millions of people in the world had it. It's not special. There's nothing unique to it, I think.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting to see what they would be doing, for what kind of hobbies they have, what they would
Mhm.
remember. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see how things go. I mean, I miss playing board games. I know there are certain
Board
shops,
games,
or like
yeah.
cafes that Mine's
Yeah,
Cafe, I
Mine's
think.
Cafe, and then if Play Nation.
Okay, I've never heard of
Yeah.
that yet.
It's by
But,
Princep Street. Yeah.
but I think it'd be pretty interesting. I think just to have everyone, all your friends, and you don't really have that kind of luxury now with like the
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
But I mean, maybe it's the age thing. But I would really love to just get all my friends to sit down and just play Monopoly, play I don't know what the games, like Game of Life was a bit lame, but I mean Monopoly,
no,
I
but
think
Game
was
of Life was fun. Like I thought it was quite funny, like how I could graduate or like drop out of school. Because like I think a lot of people would like to have that option right now.
Yeah. I mean, what game do you miss the most? I mean, like,
In terms of board games, I play Monopoly a lot as well. Actually, I still play it now. So I think it's not so much about reminiscing those days where you used to play it. The thing is, you still have the opportunity to play those games. It's just that you can't seem to find the time. You can't seem to find the right people to play it with. But it's nice to know that there is sort of a revival for those oldish games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually messaging my friend who just moved to England, and she was sharing that in her university they had a roller skate night, and they went to an indoor place, and they were all skating, and they had disco lights, which was really fun. You watch that in the movies, but I
Like
I
Saturday
just really
night
wanted to
fever.
like, oh my gosh, I need to find a court, indoor court. I need to get roller skates and like rollerblades. I mean, and just like have a big party, and that'd be so fun. I think that'd be quite a party. Would you
I
come?
I used to go to those parties when I was
Did they
yeah.
have them in Singapore?
No, they had them in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could actually book the entire rink
Yep.
for a birthday party, and I remember like clinging on desperately to the railings because I was super bad at roller skating. I didn't get the blades. I got the old school 70s ones with
Wow.
the stopper at the front. And it was really fun though. I said I really miss those days where I can just like let loose and do what I want and not care about what people think about me. I think it's just really different now.
Yeah, but I think I think that's why we really. I don't know whether my friends do that, but I mean, I feel that these kind of parties, I think they're a lot of fun. Like we have dress up, we have retro days,
Mhm.
and I mean, I don't know. Just looking back, maybe we should do that. I mean, we should organize a party.
Yeah, we can actually organize one for the rest of the DJs.
Yeah, we
Just
should.
like themed theme outings, and then you can make each theme according to each podcast. So we can have like a Japanese outing, and then we
Yeah.
can have like a humorous outing. I don't know. We
And
can
we could
see
go
how
to
it
like
goes.
Sim Lim for the geek
The
show.
geek show.
Yeah, but I think it'd be fun. Do you know what else would be fun, Kim?
So what else?
Bowling.
Oh, I haven't been bowling in ages, like honestly. But I do actually remember when my dad used to bring my mom bowling on their dates. Like it was, I think it was quite awkward for them because my mom's not very coordinated. I don't think.
That's why he can hold her arm
Ah,
and direct the
yeah.
ball to the right.
Direct the ball.
Yeah, sure. Okay. You bringing anyone else special from Radio Pulse to this gathering?
No, I don't even know the Radio Pulse people well. We need to go together.
Yeah, sure. But if you have any tips for little romance, you could share that with me next week. Give me some tips.
I don't think I'm the best person to talk about this. Maybe we should actually do our research together, and then we'll tell everyone about the best bowling spots and like how
the best rom-coms.
the best rom-coms and how studs have changed over the years.
Yeah, who were the studs in the 70s?
I think it was like people like George Clooney.
I don't think he was popular that maybe John Travolta when his
Oh
all
yeah,
his movies
John
came
Travolta.
out.
Yeah, before he
Grease,
came
oh
fat.
my gosh.
Oops.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
should definitely check that out and see, how we can rank them with our studs of today, like Ryan Gosling and Bradley Cooper. By the way, whoever's listening to us, you can always tweet us. I'm at B for Bev, so at BFORBEV. And you could also tweet Kim.
So mine is at Kimbo Nutter, KIMBONUTTER.
You can just tweet us what you want to what will you listen to in following weeks, and also what your favorite rom-coms are or like stars.
Also, you can just tell us what you think about our show so far. Just any opinions. We are really welcome to suggestions.
Thank you for listening to Radio Pulse.
The sound of NUS.
As Arnold Schwarzenegger would say, "Hasta la vista, baby. And we'll be back."
Bye.
Bye.